Sup, this is Alex Chu. Today I want to talk about how my rings might cure obesity, okay? I mean, not my rings, my machine could cure obesity. But before I start telling you how my rings cure obesity, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented the physical mortality rings. These are the rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You know, for example, I'm already 48. You know, I look pretty good, right? You know, I mean, my voice didn't change. I don't really look very different. You know, if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. You know, most of them give me 4 stars and 5 stars. Okay, so if you want to stay physically young forever, you put on a pair of these magnet rings. Okay. I only sell them for like 25 bucks, you know. livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. The link is at the bottom of this video. Today, yesterday I spoke about how my machine can cure my asthma, you know, how it cure my asthma. And eventually I started, you know, I believe that, you know, there's a lot of Europeans, okay, Westerners and Hispanics, you know, and American black people, okay? If you go to Africa, most black people are thin, okay? But how come American black people, okay, white people and Hispanics, how come they're so fat, you know? How come, especially the Hispanics, you know? I mean, most of them are obese. It's like, it's crazy. It's, when they're younger, they're okay, you know? But then once they get to a certain age, once they become like 25, 30, they become like really fat. And it's kind of strange, you know. You know what? If you go to China or if you go to Japan, there are no fat people. I swear to God, if you go to China, you don't believe me, go to China. There are no fat people. Everybody thin. You know? I mean, I understand if you're 40 or 50-year-old, you know, you have some beer belly. That I understand that, but that's not fat. That's not what you call fat. It's just aging. It's just proper aging. When you age, when you become like 40 or 50, you are expected to have some belly, you know, some beer, a little bit, you know, like you could sort of squeeze and it appears. That's not obesity, you know, that's just normal fat. But if you go to China, there are no fat people. There's like, out of one, in China, there's like one fat person out of every 2,000 people, you know? It's like, and everybody know there's something wrong with this person. Everybody points to the fat kid. There's something wrong with this kid. This kid is not healthy. There is some kind of disease. To the Chinese, you know, being fat is a disease. It's not normal. It's not, oh, because you eat too much. No, we don't think like that, you know. Chinese people don't think fat people ate too much. It's just, there's something wrong. You understand? Obviously, there is something wrong. You know, if you say, oh, you're fat because you eat too much, you know, how come all the Hispanics are so fat? You know, it's like most Hispanics, okay, just like what I said, most Hispanics, once they get to a certain age, they start to grow, their bellies start to grow in size, you know. So did the Hispanics eat too much? I don't think that's the case. Are they like lazy and just sit home all day and eat pizza? No. Hispanics are actually very hardworking, right? I believe it's really the food that you eat, you know, and how my machine can maybe cure obesity, okay? Anyway, I want to tell you, I developed this machine. It's called Cell Realignment Machine. You put this like 40 inches away from your body during sleep, okay, and it repairs cell damages around your body. What I mean cell damages is if you have a scar or some kind of damage, some kind of inflammation in your body, the cells they're sort of like this, okay? The cells are bloated up. Inflammation or scar, whatever, the cell structure is all fucked up. It's like this, you know? And after you use my machine, it decompresses your cells, compress them back to the way how it's supposed to be. That's normal, healthy cells, you know? They should be dense and compact. This is unhealthy cell. This is all, you know, scar. The cell has scar tissue and it's all messed up, you know, or it has inflammation, it has an injury. And the machine can slowly compress your cell back to its normal position. like how you were born, like factory condition, you know, like that. That's exactly what my machine does, okay? And what does that have to do with obesity? I believe that people who are fat, okay, their skin, you know, basically basically bloated up because of due to inflammation. What I mean is, a lot of scientists say if you eat wheat, okay, wheat or grain, any kind of grain or wheat, it causes inflammation. I believe that's exactly what it is. You know, because if you look at Western culture, Hispanics, you know, and the African Americans that live in the United States, you know, they all grow fat. A lot of them they become very fat, and I'm thinking it's probably wheat. They're not eating rice like the Chinese in China. Okay, if you go to China, most people eat rice. You know, if you live in China, you probably eat rice 90% of the time. You know, like once in a while you go to the restaurant, you order yourself a bowl of noodle soup or something. You know, but most of the time you eat rice because rice is cheaper. It's cheaper than wheat, and also it's easier to prepare. You know, especially nowadays you have the rice cooker, right? You just throw the rice inside the rice cooker, add some water, that's it. But noodle, it takes time to prepare, you understand? You have to cook it, and then some people, they make it by hand. And so in China, 90% of the time you eat rice, you know. And you see how the Chinese people are skinny. But if you, and also Africans in Africa, most of them are skinny too, you know. So I suspect that wheat or you know, wheat or anything that's similar to wheat, like wheat and barley, are basically a European food. You know, European food, and people in America or Hispanics, and also corn. Corn is also considered. You know, it also, I think corn also makes people fat. You know, so my proposal is how to cure fat. I'm not sure yet. This is my theory. Okay. I think if you use my machine, right, basically what I believe that fat people, it's that their skin cells are damaged. Most part of your skin is damaged, and they're inflamed. They're like this, you know. So you have to use my machine. Use the machine, put it 40 inches away, and you slowly repair the damage. You slowly compress it. You repair the inflammation back to its normal structure. But also, at the same time, you have to watch what you eat. You have to stop eating wheat and just eat rice. Maybe eat rice. You know, I just want to, you know, if you want to become skinny, you look at what the Chinese people eat. It's that simple. You just look at what the Chinese people eat. See how they cook. Chinese people, they eat lots of rice. They don't drink milk. They don't really eat cheese, you know, and that's it, you know, and so I suggest you to, if you want to become skinny, you want to cure obesity, use my machine to repair the inflammation in your skin, you know, to squeeze your cells all the way down, and then eat rice. You know, do not eat wheat, and stay away from beef, you know, and also just eat pork, you know, and see if it works. And I also believe all inflammation, including, I have asthma, okay, I have asthma, all inflammation like asthma, obesity, multiple sclerosis, and arthritis, they are all considered inflammation. These are all diseases considered inflammation. I believe the inflammation started when your cell cracked, you know, like okay, I'm going to use this example again. It's like, you know, your cells, people with normal cells, they have healthy cells, dense cells, right? And somehow your cells cracked, you know, and small pieces of flesh start to show up, you know, and then when small pieces of flesh shows up, basically, what I'm saying is when your flesh cracks open, then small pieces of wounds start to show up, right? And then it causes inflammation. So basically, it started somewhere in your skin, and it start to. Basically, it's like your cells are inferior and they crack, and inflammation started, and you start to become fatter and fatter. And a lot of fat people believe that, oh, I ate too much, that's why I'm fat. That's not true. See, I eat a lot too. I mean, a lot. I think normal people eat a lot too. It's just that normal people is like this. See, I eat a lot, but I would never be worried like, oh, if I eat this pizza, would I grow 10 pounds? No, normal people don't think like that. Normal people don't have that kind of worry. Only fat people. It's like they are so prone to gaining weight. It's like they eat a little bit of something. Holy shit! They don't shit it out. It's like I start to grow fat. All the food that I ate went into my fat. I don't think that's the case. I think what happened is fat people, they have food allergy. It's like they eat a certain kind of food, and for example, like wheat. Okay, they eat bread or noodle, and then this wheat is attacking their weak cells. It's attacking their skin cell, and then the skin cell got attacked. Basically their flesh cracked up again, and then suddenly inflammation started, and then the person gained weight. I don't think it's fat. I think it's inflammation. I mean, most of it is just water. It's just basically it's inflammation. It's like a reaction. It's like your body has been attacked by some foreign object, and then the immune system, basically start to counter the attack, and then inflammation started. So fat people say, oh, every time I eat something, I gain weight. I better stop eating. I think that's a wrong concept. I don't think it's like, I don't think you gain weight because you eat too much. I think it's because the type of food that you eat, So, just like what I said, try the Chinese way. If you're fat, eat rice. Don't stop eating noodles and bread. Don't eat pizza because it has bread, right? Don't eat like noodles or instant noodle. Oh, do not eat fried foods. I noticed that vegetable oil could also cause inflammation. Lots of, when people eat popcorn, if you go to theater, I know popcorn is actually, popcorn. When you're making like a whole bucket of popcorn, it only takes like 1/4 of a cup of popcorn kernel, right? But then when it blows up, it sucks up all this oil. You have to use butter and vegetable oil to cook popcorn, right? Based on what I know, is like 1/4 cup of kernel takes almost like 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, canola oil, And when you eat a whole bucket of popcorn, you ate 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. That's very, very bad. It's very bad for you, So stay away from vegetable oil. Stay away from popcorn, and cookie is also made of wheat. So why don't you try the Chinese way? Try eating rice, okay, and then use very little vegetable oil, and try not to eat like cheese and milk. Just see what the Chinese people eat. See what they eat, and you eat it too. And use the machine to repair the cell damage in your skin, and see if the inflammation will eventually die down. Because if you can somehow become skinny, right, then you can keep on using the machine to repair the damage of your skin cell, and somehow when your skin cell becomes strong enough, become dense like this, See, when you're fat, you're like this. Your skin cell's like this. But when you become skinny, your skin cell's like this. That's normal. That's normal skin. And then, if it could stay that way, if when your skin cell become normal and healthy, it stays that way. It becomes very dense. Then nothing can break it. You understand? Then you can start eating. Then you can start eating bread. You can start eating like, I don't know, chocolate cake and sugar and wheat, popcorn and stuff like that. You have to fix it first, because your body is already bloating up. You're basically, there's a lot of inflammation. The cells are damaged. You have to use the machine and also watch your diet. You have to fix it first. You have to make yourself skinny first. You know? And then, once you become skinny for a long time, once you stay skinny for like a year or two, and then you keep on using the machine, you stay skinny for a year or two, then that basically proves you have already fixed your skin cell. Then maybe you can start eating bread again. You can start eating noodles and pizza. But if I were you, I would always be careful. If I am prone to gaining weight, if I am obese, I will use the machine and watch my diet and just be careful for the rest of my life. I mean, I swear to God, if I were you, I would just be careful what I eat for the rest of my life, because you know you have this sort of problem. If you know you have this problem, then do not violate this, do not violate or antagonize the problem that you have. For example, I know I have asthma, so I'm very careful. I don't eat fried foods. I don't eat beans. I don't eat the stuff that could trigger my asthma, like bacon or sausages. And then I use my machine every day. You understand? So I'm healing my throat every day. And until now, yeah, it's doing pretty well. I don't need medication. I don't need inhalers. I don't need to take I don't know, those whatever hormone pills that prevents asthma attack. I don't do that. I don't need that. Because I don't need it. I'm doing okay. My scar inside the throat is closed up. So if you're obese, maybe you should, yeah, watch your diet, eat rice, and I think that's pretty much I want to say today. So I hope you like my channel. If you like it, please subscribe. And also leave a comment if you want. Thanks.